Now, environment setup. Since we are going to start writing code, where do we write it, right? So to write Apex, there are two primary platforms available for us. Like you understand, right? You'll have to write code. You need to write it somewhere. You cannot write it on Notepad, right? You cannot do it on Notepad++. So Salesforce has its own developer console, right? And we are here on Salesforce org. We are here on our org, our masterclass org. And what you'll see here is if I type the developer console on the, sorry, if I go to the setup here, and you'll see that there's a developer console available for you. This console is your go-to place for writing any custom code that you want, debugging anything that you need, querying anything that you need. All of that custom stuff you can handle here. That's what this console is for. Okay, so if I take you to the console, so it opens up like this, and you'll notice that here you have the new button and you can click create a new Apex class here. All right. What else can you create? You can create Lightning, Aura components, events, Visual Force page, component, Apex triggers. You can open an object. You can open a page. You can open a trigger. You can open Apex classes that you have written. Right. You can debug your code. You can see the logs here. You can, query out stuff. All of that stuff is available. Anything that you need to write code or do something on the server side, all of that is available. That's your developer console. That's provided by Salesforce, but there's a better, faster, stronger, efficient tool that's called Visual Studio Code, right? So if I take you to Visual Studio Code, this is how it looks like. Okay, so I have a separate playlist of how to install Visual Studio Code, what all things that you need in terms of the plugins, right? So the Salesforce CLI, the Salesforce extension pack, how to retrieve, how to authorize your org, all of that is in that particular playlist. Do you want to see that playlist? Let me just quickly show it to you here, right? So if you go to my channel and you'll see VS Code and Salesforce CLI for developers, and this is a playlist. It's a very short playlist, but it will give you the gist of what you need to do. There are probably 11 videos. Okay, you can take a look at this full playlist, and this playlist should help you set up and probably understand how to deploy, retrieve, and all of that stuff. Okay, so just take a look at this playlist, and this will help you set up your VS Code. All right, what we will do is we'll start with the developer console for now, so that it's easy to save files very quickly instead of deploying, retrieving. That takes some time. Sometimes it takes longer, and as soon as we save the file, we also want to probably just debug and see things, right? Because we are working on the server side right now, it's not connected to any front end. Do you understand that? It's not connected to anything on the client side. So you will not have a UI to see things. What we'll do is we'll use our debugging skills to see how a method is executed, how to write code, what does this line mean, how is it executing, and all of that stuff. We'll do that on the developer console, and sometime once in a while I'll show you the same by using Visual Studio Code. Okay, and I'll show you some shortcuts and tips and tricks of how to efficiently write code faster, take assistance of VS Code or probably some plugins to understand your code better, understand the code written by someone else better. Okay, so we'll start with the developer console, and that's where we'll start with writing the code. All right, so we have reached the stage wherein we'll be writing our first Apex code, right? Usually what we do is whenever we learn a programming language, the typical nomenclature is that we write hello world, right? That's what we do. So I'll start with hello world because that's probably God's blessings to start in learning any kind of programming language. But what I would encourage you guys to do is you use your name. Okay, so that's your server method saying hello to you. Now, where do we do it? Let's open the developer console. So I'll just open the dev console, and this is where we'll write our first Apex code. Let me just go ahead, copy this website address. It opens up on a new browser altogether. I'll just put it here as a tab. Awesome. Now, how do you create a Apex class? You simply go to File, click on the New button, and say Apex class. All right. I'll explain you all about what Apex class is, what is a class, and what everything is. But I'll say, wish me luck for Apex. This is the name of my class. Once I say OK, it creates a new class for me, right? This is the name of the class. It has put some code, some boilerplate code, and this is where I can write my code. I can write anything here. This is my space for this particular class. What I would like to do is I'll simply create a method. Okay, and inside this method, I'll simply use a debug statement that says hello world. Okay, once I'm good with it, you see the star icon or the asterisk icon coming here. This means that the file is not saved. So what I'll do is I'll just save it. Control S or Command S. And once it saves, it will either show you an error down here or it will be saved successfully. In our case, it is saved successfully, right? Don't worry about the syntax. Don't worry about what I've written here. Don't worry about what are these keywords. All of it will be covered, okay? What I want you to do is just copy paste this code in your environment, in your dev console. And yes, do not just look at this video. Please write code with me. Yeah, don't just look at videos, write code with me. Try to play around, try to mess it up and just see if something goes wrong, why is it going wrong. And that's the best and the fastest way to learn. What I want you to do is create a class that's called wish me luck for Apex, create a method that's called greet me in the same syntax that I've written, and just write a system.debug line within single quotes. Write hello and your name. Okay, so if you're writing hello and your name, just put a comma here and put a exclamation sign. And if you're excited, just write that line. I'm excited for this tutorial. All right, just write that bit. And once you're done, just save your file. You can use a command shortcut, Command S on a Mac and Control S on a Windows. And once you do that, it will save. Or else you can simply save it from here also by going to the File tab. Okay, so you can click on the Save button here as well. Same thing. So that's our first code. That's our first Apex code, and I believe you have modified it to show your name. How do we test it? What we'll do is we'll click on the test button. Sorry, we'll click on the debug button and we'll open the anonymous window. This anonymous window lets you execute snippet of code that you want to test, right? Before integrating things to the front end, let's say you want to test your backend. Let's say you want to test your method. Is it returning what I really wanted to return? Is it working line by line? So anything that you want to do anonymously using system context and you want to run some Apex code independently, you can do it here on this particular box. Okay. What I'll do is I'll just call this method out. So I'll say wish me luck for Apex dot greet me. Don't worry about this syntax. I'll just write one line of code and you do the same thing and just go ahead and say execute. And before you say execute, click on the open log button so that it opens the log that is executed as part of this particular line execution. So when I say execute, this will send a request to the platform, compile it, interpret it, and it has finally opened a log. So a lot of things happened here, you see. And if I just click on the debug only checkbox here, you will see that my log has been printed, meaning my method has successfully been able to greet me and it is saying me hello Himanshu. Okay, I believe it is saying you the same thing and with your name. All right, don't worry about what are debug logs. How did you debug it only? What's the meaning of debug only? What are these lines written here? Don't worry about anything. All of it will be covered. Just for now, get the hang of writing this syntax on your own. Obviously refer the code that I have written here and then try to just print your name. Okay, and I really encourage you guys to put down your comments saying that yes, I was able to do this, I was not able to do this, and then I figured out, because that would help someone else, right? If you faced any problem, let's say you did a silly mistake. Now what's a silly mistake? There's nothing silly, by the way, but let's say I forgot to put the semicolon here, right? And I just try to save it. So all looks good. I'm just referring Himanshu's code. Okay, this is the same code, public class wish me luck, and all of this is fine. Why am I getting a problem here? Why is my file not saving? It says missing semicolon at curly brace. So there's this curly brace, this curly brace. Okay, let me put a semicolon here. Let's say save again. It should work now, right? Because it's missing at this particular place. Let's save it again. It still did not save, and now it added another error. Oh my God, what is this? So it might not be here. Where should it be? Let's take a look at Himanshu's code. Oh, Himanshu's code has a semicolon here, meaning this particular line ends with a semicolon, meaning that's one statement that's wanting to execute. Okay, let me try saving it with this particular line with a semicolon. Hopefully this should save now. It looks exactly like how Himanshu has written on his screen. Ah, okay, the problems are gone. Let's go ahead and click on the debug log and let's execute this method. Okay. Okay, it's executing. Perfect. I have a log. Let me just see if I click on the debug only button. Okay, I'm seeing my name. Perfect. I am able to do it. So you see, Just keep on giving that feedback loop. Just keep that feedback loop on always. Just talk to yourself and just try to understand what's happening, what am I doing. It will help you a lot, right? This is just one line of code that we have written. When we write 500 lines, that's when it will make sense. Okay, so hello Himanshu from Salesforce makes sense. Save. Perfect. Let's move on to our next lecture.